And now, get ready for the podcast no one saw coming. It's 4 Phonies Talking Titans. With hosts Ronte, Corey, Ricky, and last but not least, Torey. It's 4 Phonies Talking Titans.
Welcome to 4 Phonies Talking Titans, and it is a great week to be a Titans fan. We just won on Monday night.
Yes, sir.
Proud down.
Yes, sir. Great victory. But before we get into that, we got the NFL is pretty rough right now. It's tough. I just want y'all's opinion. In the AFC right now, the division leaders, Buffalo in the East, Baltimore in the North, in the South, it's us, the Titans, and in the West, it's the Chargers. Now in the NFC East, you got Dallas. NFC North, you got Green Bay. NFC South, Tampa Bay. NFC West, Arizona undefeated.
Okay.
NFC got that blister.
So that was my question. Which one is tougher? Gonna have the tougher road to the Super Bowl? Just the tougher teams. Just to say the tougher teams right now through week 6, NFC or AFC.
I mean, the way you called it out, it to me, just saying it out loud, to me, make it sounds a little balanced. But that NFC, when you dig a little deeper, and you have like the Rams and stuff that you didn't even mention, teams like that. So that NFC, man, it's top heavy. It's top heavy. It's going to be a dog fight to get up out of there.
That's a good way to put it, Ricky. Top heavy, because just looking at it, they got some conferences that kind of fall off, especially in the NFC least. They definitely it's Dallas and everybody else. Yeah, they fall.
Nobody else.
They fall.
Their division is comparable.
Minnesota is balling a little bit.
Minnesota's balling.
I saw they got the running back. He inserted him in. He went right back to his normal production.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, so I would lean toward the NFC because I would lean toward them because their offenses, their top teams' offenses are they rough.
I guess Arizona made me a believer a little bit, just a tad bit.
Just a tad.
I think we could line up against those guys about 15 times. I don't know what we would really do against them.
We win.
I don't know.
But we win
toss
2
up to me. Not really a toss up.
Could we win 2 out of those 15?
I don't know. Could we get? I mean, the sacks are we gonna have during that? Bro,
that's the
come
key.
on.
We prevent half the sacks they had. We'll do better.
And that's what baffles me about a game. And we're not talking about last night's game yet, but we didn't have one sack,
zero,
and a depleted line.
Yeah,
it makes no sense to me how one team called Arizona could line up and sack us every other play, and a team not sack us at all, and we're all in the NFL, and anybody can beat anybody.
It's week to week.
It's week to week, but it's also matchups and schemes. You're looking at 2 different types of defenses, comparing the Cardinals defense to the Bills defense. The Bills sit back and rely up front for that pressure, but the Cardinals was bringing heat, and they didn't have to bring it because Lawan was getting whooped.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're I think we're all in agreement that the NFC has the best teams right now at the top.
It's time for a little Titans therapy.
Let's move to the real what we really here for. Look back at the Monday night. Y'all, you know what? We could be witnessing some history right now.
I believe we're witnessing history.
We could be witnessing history. A man, Derrick Henry, the king, getting 2,000 yards for a second consecutive.
Second year.
Man, what do y'all think about y'all? You know, just being able to see this, and it's your team, and you're seeing it every week. The grind that he put in.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, man, probably all day because it's been so hyped up. You know, since now you kind of trying to put him in that MVP category,
right?
But you know, it's kind of like taking somebody for granted. You know, we grew up with Jordan and all them, and you know, in football, you know, we had Walter Payton, even Emmett and Barry Sanders and all them dudes. But like right now, this is in our backyard, man, and we see it so often that it's like, oh, that's just Henry being Henry. But man, we need to go ahead and give that dude his flowers right now.
Rick,
Yeah.
Piggybacking on what you said about, you know, thinking about who we had growing up, Jordan and that. Man, think about the young kids coming up right now that's 9 years old. Derrick Henry is basically letting them see what we used to see, like the grind.
Right.
You know, in the age of Steph Curry and shooting threes area, you know, think about the guys, and not to switch to basketball, but man, when we grew up, you know, you had Walter Payton, John Riggins, you know, it was a rough grind.
Barry Sanders, Eric Dickerson,
all of that. And now Derrick Henry, even compared to some of those guys, is just a different animal. He's fast. He's so fast and strong. And I don't think I've ever seen him limp one time, get up slow, none of that.
But see, your point is, I see your point is that he's more of the throwback type of back where he's getting the 25 to 30 carries. Now is two back running back by committee. You know, you get 10, 15, whoever's hot gonna get the carries, 10, 15 max.
Right.
But he's getting the load. He's the load. And he don't look tired.
He don't look tired. He looks fresh all the time. But you look at his carries, yeah, he's getting hit, and I'm sure it hurts and he's sore, but it's not that old school wear on your body like we used to see in a back with that many carries. It looks like he knows how to fall when he knows he's hit. People get shots on him, but think about how fast he can score, because it hit me last night. Like, you know, we think about the explosive offensive. That's always a throwing team, you know, with receivers. And when we think about explosive plays, we're thinking about long passes. Man, a 75-yard touchdown is an explosive play.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it took no time. It took no time for him to do that. Yeah, he ran it a few times, but it was no time off the clock is what I mean. No time off the clock. It was fast.
Do you think we got spoiled with Chris Johnson being here with them home run hitters? You know,
at the time.
Well, you look at the history of the organization. You know, we've had Earl Campbell, we got Derrick Henry, we had Eddie George, we had Chris Johnson. You know,
we had DeMarco Murray for a couple of years. He was getting some long runs.
He was getting some long runs as well. The original question: are we witnessing history? Yes, certainly we're witnessing history. You know, we can't take it for granted. We need to appreciate it and understand what we have with him, because he brings it to the field every Sunday, Monday, Thursday night, whenever his feet get in between those lines, he is bringing it. And to Corey's points on falling, how many times do we see Derrick Henry going backwards? He may lose yards, but he always falls forward when he's taking the tackle.
Right. Right. And another point about the falling and the hitting, I was talking to the guy that I work out with on Saturday mornings, and he played in the NFL and played running back, but he just said Derrick Henry may be one of those guys that he's just built for football, that he's not getting injuries. He compared him to, like, not as far as running backs, but like, think about it. Ray Lewis didn't get an injury until late in his career. Troy Polamalu was never injured. He said some guys are just built for football. Their bodies are built for football to take the pounding and just keep going.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for the guy. I mean,
He put a lot of maintenance in his workouts too, in his off season stuff too. Almost like LeBron, he paying for that maintenance.
Right.
So that probably helped too.
And last little point I want to make is, I don't think there was ever a time where he couldn't catch, and he kind of got that stigma for not being, a threat to catch the ball out of the backfield. Dude, these screens and these swing passes he's catching.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that's just another dynamic. And he's
handoff.
Just put him out there.
Just put him out there.
That's all.
He looks natural catching the ball. And when that swing pass last night, when he caught it, and I said, "Oh, that's an easy 10 yards."
Yeah.
Right.
Man, he's a problem.
So, okay, we won the game 34-31. It was a hell of a game. Ups and downs, back and forth.
Seven lead changes.
Seven lead changes. What was your takes from the game? What kind of impressed you about the Titans? Even about the Bills? What impressed you last night seeing that game?
What impressed me the most was that we kept getting players injured, but not just injured. They were ruled out and were not coming back in. So we had to dig deep into our bench, from the O-line tackle to our corners, already starting shorthand with our corners, going against the number one offense in the AFC or in the NFL, and bending but not breaking and answering the call. That's what impressed me.
Right.
Yeah.
The defense definitely was bend but don't break. It was huge to get those stops early in the red zone. And I tell y'all that kind of reminded me of the Jets game when we were kicking field goals. You make a team kick field goals, you still in the game, because one touchdown, you take the lead if they, and that's what happened last night.
Yeah.
And I was definitely impressed with the front. Man, they got after Allen. Allen made his plays because Allen is good, but they got after him. We saw Bud Dupree sighting, Landry still getting after the quarterback constantly. Autry, Simmons, Tart comes up with a big play. Bledsoe gets a tip ball, but
and when we did our live, and one of the things I said is key to the game is if our big time players play like primetime players, and took in that moment, and you think about it, man, how about AJ Brown?
Yeah,
huge.
Don't eat Chipotle. Don't eat Chipotle.
I saw that tweet. Hey, shout out to Chipotle. Get at us. I love Chipotle. So I'm gonna take my chances.
You're gonna lose 10. You're gonna lose 10 for that Chipotle.
Hey, every now and then it seems like somebody gets sick off at Chipotle. It always make the news.
Yeah, it does.
Die down and all back in there.
Torey, you say Westbrook?
Late in the ball game. Yeah, I was saying Westbrook, Westbrook Akina catching those passes in the fourth quarter was huge.
Yeah. And he had a key block on the Henry long run too.
He did.
He had a hell of a hit on the kickoff.
Oh, sure did. Yeah. Good ear hole.
Yeah. Akina got down last night.
Yeah, he did.
Rick, anybody stand out to you, Ricky?
Anybody? David Long, he was around the ball all night. Wherever he was, he made a boneheaded play and they did score on that drive with the late headbutt. But aside from that, man, that dude was everywhere.
Got hurt that drive.
That was same drive, play or two after one.
Man,
sure was.
He was balling.
He was, and your boy Molden, man.
Molden came back.
We talked about it in text. He was getting drugged a little bit, but hey, he was slowing them dudes down and waiting on the cavalry to come and clean it up. So
I don't know about you, but I feel I was looking at how those defensive calls and seeing Molden all involved in the defense. Looked like he was calling a lot of stuff for the secondary or whoever that was around him. He had an integral part, but I started feeling like, man, I like him in there.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that he put all that the first 2 games behind him, and he stepped up when they needed him. He actually was out there the first player defense at the nickel spot. So basically he started. But back to David Long, man, it seemed like there was 2 number 51s out there the way he was running around.
He was just
he was all over the place last night, man.
Yeah, he was.
And
he was.
Man, we always talk about, the front. The front frees up the linebackers. And one of them he seems to be free, and one of them seems to get into Washington. We're gonna touch on him later. We're gonna touch on him later. We're gonna touch on him later, but
teaser. That's called a teaser. Stay tuned. Find out who we're talking about.
So
shout out to Mississippi made Jeffrey Simmons. Give him a reason, big fella. I see you, boy.
Huge, man.
I love that guy.
He loves it. He loves that fourth down goal line stop, man. He loves it, man. He sliced in there so far.
Yeah, he did.
Man, had the one guy, the lineman, was it the tackle?
The tackle.
Yeah. And it wasn't Taylor Lewan.
Right. It wasn't Taylor Lewan, man, Buck's gonna have Brashad on his show tomorrow, I think, about that. Anyway, and then how he had the other guy, the quarterback, in his other hand. He had them both. Yeah. Nobody moved an inch forward. That was
right. I was very shocked that they even tried a quarterback sneak. I thought them in the shot.
I wasn't.
And them in the I was because they got stopped earlier on it.
Yeah.
I thought
it looked like the quarterback checked to that and did it on his own.
I think they thought they were going to get Tennessee off guard by doing that. I thought them in the shotgun was going to be trouble for us. That run pass option with Allen, because he was going to roll right if they would get it. Yeah. But thank you.
Right.
I was surprised that they even lined up to go for 4th and 1 and not kick the field goal. Well, I understand both sides.
They're on the road.
I understand you're on the road, and we haven't stopped the Titans in a long time.
Right.
Now, I get it, but I'm glad they went for it.
I'm glad to. I'm glad.
They should have learned.
We hadn't really established our reputation of stopping them yet.
I don't know why not.
Why not?
2 years ago, maybe, but this year we hadn't stopped them.
Look at history.
In that game, we just stopped them on a quarterback sneak earlier in the same game. So
look at the playoff game with Baltimore.
That was 2
we
years
stopped
ago.
them 2 or 3 times.
I know, but that was 2
years.
Then
we got the Chargers recently. We got
that was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Last year we didn't do that.
But how many opportunities
we didn't do that?
How many opportunities do you have? You said you can't.
It's not like you stopping every play. You stopping somebody on short yardage, but
when it's nut cutting time, we stopping them more times than not.
We trying to establish that reputation again. We have not done that. We have not done that this year.
So what will it take for us to establish that?
I think we did.
That was
do
a
it
big
this
step.
year.
Say what?
We've done it this year.
You think about it, wasn't on a quarterback sneak, but even Jacksonville last week, they went for it on a 4th and goal from the 1.
Yep.
Well, it was less than a yard, but they handed the ball off. Dude got stuck for about a 3 or 4 yard loss. So,
that was true.
They step up. They do.
Hey man,
I
want them to do it.
I'm just not. If I'm coaching and you stuff my quarterback sneak early in the game, I don't think I'm running the quarterback sneak.
They had just got a 2 point. They had just got a 2-point conversion,
but they didn't run a quarterback sneak on it.
On that trickery,
right? That was the Philly play.
So that was
Philly,
and he threw it with a bad hand.
Right. But I asked Corey, what is it going to take for you to say we have established stopping on 4th and 1 when the game is on the line or whatnot?
Shit. Excuse me. We just did it. So that takes a huge, and we just did it in prime time for everybody to see. So we may have that reputation now. Don't go forward on 4th and 1.
So now it's established.
Yeah. Right now, for this week. We need to be more, Hey, Torey, we had slipped toward. We had started kind of in the middle on our defensive ranking, but we had slipped like toward the bottom again.
We're talking about 4th and 1. We're talking about game on the line. We're looking at, we brought back 3 seasons with Vrabel of us stopping teams and winning ball games at 4th and 1, 4th and goal, and you wanted to deny it.
I do. I said a show ago that I wanted us to get back to 2019 level defensive fronts when we were stopping people on 4th and short, and everybody knew we were about to do it. So that I didn't change from that. If I want to get back to that, that means we're not there now, and we hadn't been 2020. We definitely weren't there. Jarrell Casey, man, when Jarrell Casey left, we hadn't done it since he's been since in front those old guys. I can't agree with that.
I can't agree with that.
Nah, man, we've been paper thin up there on
you're looking at the full body of work. We're talking about 4th and 1 game on the line. Even when our defense was terrible, we won a couple games that year, stopping them. Kansas City, we blocked the field goal. Chargers, we stopped them at the goal line at home.
Dude, that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. I want to get back to that. That's what I'm trying. That's what you're comparing.
No. That was a bad year, the 3rd down year where we couldn't get off the field on 3rd down.
That was the year we went to the AFC Championship.
Yes.
That was all that year. That was two years ago.
Yes.
But
last year,
but
George,
you
we
can't,
were terrible on defense.
Let's
not forget, we were terrible on defense last
year. I know what you're saying, Corey. Get back to it, but
we were last, Torey. We were like at the last.
I can't say. Maybe I'm thinking if you were saying, I agree with you, but then it's kind of not, because it's just 1 year that we didn't do it. It's not like 5 years we haven't been doing it.
No, I get right. No, I get
but we're not talking about the full body of the defense.
No, we're talking about the stops.
4th and 1.
And that's what Corey's talking about. He's talking about the stops. He's talking about.
He don't have no stats for that to support that. He said we were terrible on defense. You haven't. I haven't. You haven't broke down any 4th and 1 stats.
We're gonna damn rankings. They will tell you how we were on 4th down conversions and 3rd down conversions, and we were bad on both of them.
So apparently you've looked at it.
I just know it. The whole league knows it. It's not.
All right, we're gonna agree to disagree on that part.
At odds with 40. From 4 Phonies Talking Titans.
At odds with 40. I'm not going to do parlays right now. I'm going to do straight 9 picks. Y'all can put them together ever how you want to. You can put them in groups of 3, 4, 2, singles, whatever you want to do. Put them together. Go low money. Go big money. Go all money. But this is what I got for you this week. Starting with Thursday night, we got the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. I got them going under 46. You may have to buy some points for that. On another game, I got Green Bay, Washington football team going over 46. You may have to buy points. Whenever I go over and under on team points, you may have to buy points because lines do change. Next game, I got Kansas City Chiefs, Tennessee Titans. I'm going over 53.5 points. Atlanta Falcons, Miami Dolphins, over 47.5 points. New England Patriots, take the money line. Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens going over 47. Rams, minus 12. You definitely gonna have to buy points because they got them like at minus 17 right now. So buy the points, get it down to minus 12. You should be good. I got the Arizona Cardinals, money line. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, money line. That should be about 9 picks. Pick your poison. Best of luck. Get it in where you fit in.
All gambling wages are for entertainment purposes only. Tennessee Tough Talk.
Now we ready for Tennessee Tough Talk. And we've been hit by the injury bug. We touched on a little bit earlier, but we lost Batson for the season. We lost Farley for the season. We got Fulton on IR. Lewan went down. Who else went down last night? Anybody else go down last night? Jackson limped off. He came back.
Limped off, came back.
Limped off again.
Oh, Julio.
Julio.
They saying still his hamstring.
I think he came back too soon. He came back. He tried to play prime time. He came up with a big catch, but he tried to
big catch is helpful.
This may be one of the most injury riddled seasons that the Titans have ever had. It's got to be one of the top, man. This
gotta be
every week. It seems like somebody is limping off and out for the game.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do? Who we gonna bring in, or who's stepping up?
That's all they say. Next man up, but I don't know who that next man is, especially at DB. You know what I'm saying?
We got
that corner spot. It's thin.
I have to get Carney up there. You know, he run that 4.8.
Oh, baby.
I said I wouldn't have made it in the league. You the one said you would have been signed, so we might need to get you out.
Who said that?
It was several shows ago. But listen,
that's
something that was even more impressive about the victory is how they shuffled and made, adjustments everywhere they could and still came up to win that game. But it was very costly of a game with injuries. And your guess is good. I mean, I know John Robinson and that front office is working, probably trying to look at the waiver wire or look where they can make a trade and bring in somebody. I don't even know the rules for it. Can they do that now, Tay? Can they make a trade?
They can make a trade. The trade deadline is like the 1st of November. They can make a trade.
Trades.
And that looks like, man, we should have traded for Gilmore a couple weeks ago.
Right. Just for the year, if anything.
Yeah.
I think your boy Tay, one of your early picks, one of your guys, they bringing him off IR. Breeze.
Brady Breeze is coming back. Yeah, BB.
Special
team.
Get
in.
He's straight special team.
Somebody gonna play. He gonna play. Watch.
Hold up. Somebody jinxed that.
He ain't a corner.
Who said? Which one of y'all said get him out of there? And that's when he blew his knee out.
Farley.
No, I wasn't Farley. The kick returner.
Batson. Oh, it was Ricky. That was Ricky.
Damn, Ricky.
Lord forgive me. God forgive me.
I knew the way he cut and just ran into our guy and the way he crumbled to the ground, and then you could hear him screaming on the ground.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Really?
Yeah. He was hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. Did he hurt it on the cut or when he hurt it on
the cut? He wasn't hit because he ended up running into his own blocker.
I saw him run into his blocker.
But it was they cut made him just kind of. He lost. It was gone.
And then I saw the other injury from Farley today for the first time because I really didn't see, how he hurt his knee. He was trying to catch up to that ball. It was a ball thrown kind of in between him and the safety, and he's running to catch it. The guy caught the ball. Safety made the tackle. Farley came in on the tackle, but his knee kind of.
Oh yeah, I remember that play.
Man,
he's gonna end up being a couple years behind, behind this recovery too. He was already, you could tell he was struggling, man, early in the game, but this is gonna really set him back, man. I just pray, he can keep his mind right and be
right. He was
mentally and emotionally fit to handle it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because
he was emotional as he was leaving the field.
Mm-hmm.
This basically puts him like 3 years of without a full season.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky.
So
I think one of your early concerns, and this is no knock on him, but I mean, you were concerned about his injury history.
Yeah, man. I know you can't do over, and I do hope the best for him. Yeah, that was really a concern, man. And you hear more stuff, when things happen, all these reports start coming out. Now they talking about how all these other teams had the medicals and they had him off their board and all that stuff. All that stuff come out after the fact.
Right.
and that kind of, I know we're looking to do a show and to bring on a guest to talk about injuries, maybe a trainer or somebody, man. But are certain guys just born? I mean, I know injury can happen to anybody, but it really does make ask the question if some guys are more prone to injury in today's game.
Our thing was, we were talking about hamstrings, and I talked to the trainer, and he said it's just the way these guys are built now. They're just being much bigger, faster, and stronger.
Bigger, faster, and stronger.
That hamstring is a muscle that it can go anytime. And he talked about him having a hamstring in college. And he said he came back, but that first game, he got in the open field, and he said he was scared to go to the next gear.
Right.
Because he could tear it. He could tear it any time. And he said, he said most people, it's about 4 weeks before they come back. And when people are coming back after 2, it ain't going. Man, you're going to re-injure it.
Last thing for me on injuries is when I saw Taylor Lewan, I saw the play. I saw him, what he did, saw how he hit. And every time, man, it's like when he does that particular kind of play, it's usually a successful run play. They've gotten several yards, and he's coming in right at almost late, right at the end of the play, really not having any effect on the play. But he's coming in, and it's he's a big dude, man.
Because really,
he hurt somebody.
What he did, if he would have hit a Bill, we probably would have lost 15 yards, because that could have been a penalty, the way he came in late like that, and with his head.
And that's why he gets the reputation, man, of the fake tough guy sometimes. And I saw it early on. And when he gets hit in the head, he can't take headshots. I seen a DB hit Taylor Lewan a long time ago on a screenplay. He attacked Lewan and hit him in the head. Hit him. Lewan was a lead blocker. He attacked Lewan. It was a small guy. When I saw Lewan go to his knees and shake his head, trying to shake off that, and he came out on the play, I said, man, that's a DB. So way back then, this was years ago. I can't look up the play, but I saw it, and that's why I always said, man, I got a nickname for him, but we don't got to talk about it. But he's soft batch. He's gonna be soft batch to me. Now he's rich. He's great at what he does. He has great technique when he plays, but you hit him in the head, he's gonna fall. And I said nothing's wrong with him besides a concussion. He'll get up.
You said it.
Well,
he was asleep.
He was. He was
self-inflicted, and they can't coach that out of him. I know that would either been a penalty, Tay, or an injury. Either way, it doesn't help our team. And he keeps doing it.
Now Kendall Lamb has to play, and we lost Ty to retirement, and who's Lamb's backup now? Is it Dylan? Is it somebody off the street? Is it somebody on the practice squad?
They'll be moving. What is Quisenberry? Is that his name?
He's already there.
Right now. But I'm saying they'll move him to left and put put Marshall in.
Nah,
I hope not. I hope they do what they did last night.
Nah, Lamb's gonna play. I'm
talking about if something happened. I was talking about if something happened to Lamb. That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah. I don't think Quisenberry can go to that left. His feet ain't that good.
I think Sappho may have played it back 10 years ago.
Yeah,
he can play across the line, so they have to put him out there.
Sappho done his thing last night.
He did. Hey, yeah. Ben Jones didn't go out last night.
Ben Jones is a warrior.
Yeah.
He's a warrior. We don't even talk about Ben Jones, but he's a warrior. So
he's old school.
So now who steps up and takes that? The Julio. He's probably going to be out this week. So with it being a short week, with Nick got to continue to step up. Yeah. I didn't see Marcus Johnson last night that much, but I saw him out there, but he didn't get any catches, I don't think. But
they threw one to him on that. May have been the first possession on third down.
no,
The dude played real good defense on him, knocked the ball away.
Ball out.
yeah. So
He had a good kick return, I think.
yeah, he did. He did have a good kick return. So Marcus got to step up. Chester.
I committed
Just
all of them.
Hey, we just got to have AJ in there.
And yeah, AJ, I still go back. I think going back to the game, AJ playing that second half, that Mel won us the game.
Yeah,
With those.
In routes.
It definitely did.
Yeah.
yeah.
But to that point about receivers, Josh Reynolds, guys, he was inactive. Is he hurt
scratch.
again? What is it? I
thought it was a healthy scratch.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he was on the injury report. But he was inactive.
The scratch.
That's been a mystery all training camp, all season of what's actually going on with him.
He's not playing like he's in a 1-year contract.
Because
Is he in a 1-year contract?
Mm-hmm.
What game did he play
Yeah.
good? Which game was that he played? He actually played. Was it the Jets game?
The
When
Jets game, he had a few
A
catches.
false start. And at the end, he turned up field
No,
early.
I think that was Seattle.
So Seattle.
He had a few catches against the Jets.
The Jets, because we were like, okay, maybe he's stepping into that when AJ and Julio come back, he can step into that 3 role.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But no,
Oh man.
that's a mystery. Corey, get on there and solve that mystery.
I'm trying to look at my Rolodex and see, who we can call, man.
You still
We
got to
the
roll.
last
You
one.
still got to roll a Dex.
I need one. Yeah, I don't use it, but these guys are old. These are old dudes, man. We need Malcolm Butler back. We need Avery Williams. Well, I think somebody called Avery.
We got
I'm looking
Avery.
it up. That's right.
Got Avery Williams.
But it
He
came
can't
from a
play corner.
Rolodex. I can't play corner. We need Malcolm.
They're gonna bring Jonathan Joseph back, ain't they?
No.
We ain't that desperate.
No.
We're not that desperate.
No. I'll play corner before him. Let's all right. This week we got the Chiefs coming to town. Mahomes, Tyreek, Kelsey. Who else they got? They got that Pringle, Hardeman. They got some speed at receiver.
They might throw a little Josh Gordon out there. Who knows?
Oh yeah, I forgot they got Josh now. They got speed. They're not playing like the Kansas City of a couple of years ago. But I think their line they didn't really improve their line. So we got to get after Mahomes.
Same game plan.
Same plan.
Yeah.
And
No doubt. I think we're gonna have to score points.
definitely.
It's going to be a shootout because, their defense isn't scary, but their offense still is.
Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries on defense. I know Clark and Jones, both of them have been out a game or two.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hopefully hopefully Matthew throwing his hands up again.
oh yeah.
At that safety back.
Yeah, we gotta expose him. We gotta expose him.
That was kind of one of those that played it last night on Jackrabbit's side. Reminded me of one of those Sorensen plays.
Yes, it did. It did.
Jackrabbit is man. Ain't nothing Jackrabbit about.
Maybe he needs to lose his nickname and to go by his government name.
Yeah.
Just call him Denoris.
The name Norris.
Janoris Jenkins.
You may have been right, Denoris. Maybe what he needs to be called.
Sometimes we just got to get back to the basics, Janoris.
Yeah.
Let's reinvent thyself.
So sounds like our D coordinator. He's he's got to come up with a nice plan this week of stopping this high powered. Because they still can be high powered.
Yes,
Kansas City.
Who's our other corner? Who's starting the corner? Borders?
Probably Borders. No, the Jackson probably.
Jackson. Okay.
Jackson.
Borders backing him up.
Borders backing him up.
Borders can move, man. He got good speed. I think with some. Well, no, that was preseason.
Plays his role well. He does. They're gonna attack him when he come in the game.
That was.
Yeah, that was automatic when he came in that they were going at him. They went. They said, "There you go, there you go."
Man, he didn't. You see him running with the guy. He didn't turn. Made the penalty, but he didn't just get burnt. He was there.
Yeah. Hey, all he had to do was turn around because that ball wasn't even really thrown that great.
Yeah, it was underthrown. Yeah.
So defense, offense, just keep rolling.
Keep rolling, man.
Once again, we want Henry under 25 or less carries. Who was his? Yeah, somebody asked that. Did Nichols get hurt or?
He was in street clothes. I saw him. I meant to text y'all that. In the I don't know if he dressed out in the first half. Second half, I
saw him in the first quarter. I saw him in the first quarter in a play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came in on like third down.
No, I didn't.
Like the first series.
I just know they was using Blasting game sometime on third down. I saw him out there.
Yeah.
So I knew something was up with McNichols because he was on the injury report too at one point, I think.
Yeah, he was definitely I seen him in a jacket. I seen his face in that, during the game in the second half.
Yeah.
He was chilling.
He must have took his pads off or something, but we need to get him healthy because we need him to spell.
Anybody know anything about Evans?
He's just Evans. There.
He's healthy scratch.
He was. I think he played. He not played, but he was active
on the 53.
Yeah,
he was dressed out.
He wasn't listed on the inactive.
I don't know,
but it's kind of hard that the way the game was going. Probably hard to just throw him in there. His first game, I guess. Yeah, this be his first game back.
Yeah.
And plus, Henry, with that ratio of just 20 carries, that was great.
Yeah.
And I don't think, did we get in like a bunch of third and longs where you needed that back? Like that. I don't recall a bunch of them.
Yeah, I don't think we were in like normal.
First half we were.
Second half, first half.
I remember converting a 3rd and 11 one time.
Okay.
In that game, but
yeah. So
did a better job not losing 3 on first.
Yeah,
play calling's getting better. It's getting better.
It is.
It got better in that second half. It because when AJ kind of woke up, that was that old. That's what we used to. You know what I'm saying?
You got to have that big body going across there.
Got to,
because when that play action come, them linebackers come flying up, and
Tannehill missed some throws early in the game. That's why our offense didn't look like it did later in the latter part. Because he was trying to hit those routes going across, but he wasn't throwing it right.
That running game did what it was supposed to do, loosening them up too.
Yeah, it did.
That success running froze those backers in play action in that second half. They started. Right. He coming right. T. Henry, man.
Bring your playbook.
This week, fellas, we're gonna talk about 2 guys. First guy I want to talk about offense. Kendall Lamb. Kendall Lamb came into the game in a relief for Taylor Lewan. You know that's going to happen. I think it was a rough go at first. He went through camp. He's a journeyman. We brought him in to fill in during these times. Sambrello's gone. LaJuan already retired him, and now, Kendall, you're in that role. So all I'll tell you, man, is just keep practicing to get better, man. Demand some more money, man, because you'll probably have to play a lot if you're backing up LaJuan. Get in the playbook, man, because you started off rough, but I will say you gave us what you had, and you did admirable in the game after a few snaps. You got it together, and you really showed what you could do. So bring your playbook, but that's 50-50 on you. I'm happy that I'm happy we won. Second guy I want to talk about is on defense. Guy named Rashaan Evans. Rashaan, you're baffling me right now. I don't know. I mean, you didn't play awful. But we're just not seeing the Rashaan that we used to see. And it hadn't been that long ago. It's not like you were young and got old. It seems like you're getting caught up in a lot of blocks, caught up in the wash. Long is running free. He's all over the field. We're just not seeing Rashaan Evans like that, making plays. And we used to see that. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the playbook. I don't know if it's ability, confidence. I'm not sure if you're overthinking things or just not letting yourself go. But man, we went and found an old dude to come back, Avery Williamson. Somebody had his number. They called him. He's nipping at your bud. He wants your position. He loves to play. Dude, it's do or die time. We need you, dog. Get in that playbook, man. Show them what you can do. Bring some of that. If we need to put on the Alabama jersey up under your shoulder pass boss, go on and do it, man. Bring your playbook, man. That's all I got. I'm hot about this.
That's going to be another show. And we want to have our fans join us this Sunday for our pregame analysis of the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tennessee Titans. Also, check us out Sunday mornings on our social medias where you can get your bets for At Odds with 40. Check us out. All our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even our YouTube channel. Check us out. We are 4 Phonies out.
We out. Tighten up.
4 Phonies Podcast. Executive produced by 4 Phonies. Sound design and engineering. WaveSync Media. Music by Motion Array. 4 Phonies Talking Titans.